Hello everyone, it's the 13th of October, it's Wednesday and it's challenge day. This week we've got a rusting factory with charged scouts to help us, and they will be useful up to a point, so that's not a bad one to have. So it's got some horrible maps on here, some quite fun ones as well, and opposing forces, which has a trick to it to make it easy 90% of the time. That's actually the last map in my slide in my photos, so I'll get to that in the end. First off, we have empty hideout, which is open 3 boxes and then get to the exit. One thing to bear in mind on this is there are exits on both sides in case you get split up. It can be helpful sometimes, especially if you're using Pizza Glen. I think you'll be able to do this with 3 scouts for quite a way. If you've got Survivors Rick, Huntsman Daryl and Pizza Glen all starting charged with crescent edges and spikes so that you can hit and move and keep moving those charge points around. You should be alright for quite a while. Obviously I've got Beta in here because there's quite a lot of space to herd and you might need that at the beginning. So again, that team's not going to be a too bad a one to take. It's not too bad a map. Once you get the hang of it, the walkers all start in similar positions. You could also take two scouts and a bruiser, possibly right. Go Glen, start charge, just give you that initial breathing space. But I always like to get box on the right, box at the top, and then one on the left. But I'll show you a couple of videos of that with different teams later. Two-way is the next one, the hardest map on the set, particularly at high level. You've got incoming and 2 tanks. You've got to find the right 3 boxes, and towards the end of the challenge you're going to be hoping that it's all in one side so that you can open them all and then throw a flare and get to the exit. But until then, you start in the middle here, and to the left is a blind corner, so you'll move someone left and there'll be 2 or 3 walkers there. Charge scout with a crescent's edge should help you survive the first turn. After that, gets pretty difficult. You can either try and use Pizza Glen to avoid going near the tanks. You can go with a couple of scouts with spears to try and kill the tanks. Who knows, Mercer and Huntsman Darrow might be helpful on this one with Beta as well to prowl the tank and take some massive damage off. I'm certainly going to be giving it a go. One thing to bear in mind is the incoming will come in at the bottom in the middle and on the line at the top in the middle, so be careful of making too much threat on this map. And we didn't have spy last time, and I'm sure there'll be quite a simple solution when using spy to creep around the map. I think there was also a trick with using gore as well. I mean, Beta in lead and can't quite remember. So yeah, I'll try and show some different teams on this, but it is a horrible map. And the next most horrible map, particularly as we've only got charged scouts, is kill room. Start here, kill all walkers. If you move to the left or right, there's a couple of walkers stood there. Charged scouts aren't going to be much help on this one. You're probably going to be looking at a spy setup from quite early on, or you can go old school with Sasha and 2 assaults, or Sasha bruiser assault, create a wall and burn out the tanks. If you can get through the first sort of turn or 2, you can normally keep it under control, especially if you can get the tanks on fire quite quickly. There's not much more to say on that one, other than good luck. Next we got locker room. find 3 out of this many lockers. You've got auto spawns and incoming, so you really want to be able to get out before the incoming. Perfect for herding, and again, charge scouts will probably help keep the room a bit less full, I guess, keep it a bit more empty whilst you're opening the boxes. Pizza Glen obviously is a great one for it. You can open and herd, and if he's got a tactical weapon on him, you can hit, open, herd. And again, I guess spy will work at higher level, and it's just going to be a case of creeping around, but be careful of that incoming, because I think it comes in everywhere. It's a fine map. If you get a half decent start, you should be able to do it. The next map is Caged Goods, and it's quite a fun map to use range on, because you can set them on fire, and then you can make them dance around the cages by using priority targeting. And then you don't really need to deal with them very much, because they will just all burn out on their own. The key to it is getting all of their attention, or as many of their attention as possible. So Shiva's going to be really useful for this. And then you stand at the bottom of the gate, and they'll come around the bottom, and then you can move up to the top, and rather than carrying along the bottom, they'll start moving back round to try and get you from the middle, and then you can just keep moving backwards and forwards, setting them on fire, getting charge points. And if you've got Shane in the team, you can blow a mass of them up when they get a low health. So yeah, great fun, and I'll show you it, and also talk about the priority targeting more in a video too. Last one is opposing forces, which is really, really difficult unless you use the trick I'm about to say, which is you can use the Freeman's AI, which nearly always means they'll run up close to you but stay in Overwatch, to make them dance around the crates at the bottom, and then you can run to the exit without touching them. So the first thing you need to do is move your survivors into this position. I believe that the portrait order and where they stand does make a difference, but I've heard people say it doesn't, but I always do it in the same order every time. There are 2 conditions for this to work. Firstly, at the end of the first walker turn, there needs to be nothing stood next to the gate on the top right, otherwise the scout will attack it and ruin your plan. And secondly, you need to have nothing blocking the bottom gate when you go to open it at the end of the 3rd turn. Once you've moved to this position, the next move is to move down into this position, again in the same portrait order. Then the Freeman will come round to the left and stop in this little hidey hole here. And then the next move, you can run and open the gate with Daryl. I like to have the people in this position. Obviously, if there's a walker at the gate, it's going to come and get you, so you're going to need to flee. And then that makes the Freeman run back up round towards you. But by the time they get back round there, it's your turn again, and you can run to the exit. So 3 turns and out. And as long as those 2 gates don't have walkers in, either at the first or the last turn, you should be alright 90% of the time. So I really hope that helps, and obviously I will show you in more detail when I go to play it. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.